Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Dak Prescott can make Cowboys history in 2025. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott will enter the 2025 season with a target placed firmly on his back. Fighting a narrative of being consistently sidelined, only 2 full seasons in the last 5 years, and his failures in the playoffs, Prescott has it all to do to try to end those narratives. Now, I'm a glass-half-full type of person, and when looking at Prescott's body of work, yeah, it's solid, but as most will attest to, the playoff failures are what most people cling to. But Prescott has the chance to do something that, while unlikely, if he were to pull it off, might be his biggest and best achievement yet. As Prescott enters year 10, there are a few things he could accomplish that would solidify his standing in Cowboys history, and despite all of the hate he receives, it would quieten them all down. What am I talking about? Let's get to it. As things stand, Prescott needs just 2,747 passing yards to be the all-time franchise leader, 36 touchdowns to overtake Tony Romo as the all-time leader, and 18 wins to be the franchise leader in that too. That will likely take place next season, but Prescott has thrown 36 touchdowns in a year before, twice, other was 37 in 2021, and it would likely mean the Cowboys win a lot of games. Yes, it is a little outlandish, but Prescott, over the next 18 months, is on track to be the franchise leader in all key stats, overtaking Romo, Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach. Cowboys depth chart. Which running backs have the edge going into training camp? The Dallas Cowboys are less than a month away from departing for Oxnard, California, for training camp, as the Brian Schottenheimer era approaches its official beginning on July 21st. At the running back position, an off-season of change has seen the team part ways with the top 2 rushers from 2024 in Rico Dowdle and Ezekiel Elliott while adding 3 players to the position group. Here's a look at the running backs going into training camp. Safe, 2. Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue. When Schottenheimer said this offseason that he uses multiple receiving backs in his offensive system, Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue immediately came to mind. Williams' 52 receptions in 2024 with the Denver Broncos was the 6th most across the league at the running back position, and Blue's 368 receiving yards were the 10th most among all FBS running backs in college football last season. There isn't a solidified starter in the room just yet, and that player could very well come from outside of this duo. But with the receiving ability of Williams and Blue, it would be tough to find a reality where either are not on the roster on cut day. On the bubble, 3. Miles Sanders, Phil Mafah and Hunter Luepke. Miles Sanders is about as close to being in the safe category as a player could be after a strong showing in OTAs and minicamp in his first offseason with the team, but he remains on the bubble because of his recent on-field performances over the last 2 years, 637 yards and 3 touchdowns in 27 games. What Schottenheimer decides to do with the running back position will be interesting, as the standard 3 running backs on a 53-man roster could see an exception if he decides to carry a 4th. Hunter Luepke doesn't necessarily factor into that thinking with his unique role as a fullback and outside blocker, but Schottenheimer hasn't yet commented on if he values his role as much as Mike McCarthy did. Rookie Phil Mafah is probably the biggest question mark in the room. While he does bring more physicality and potentially more value in short yardage situations, can he be productive at the NFL level without breakaway speed and a receiving game to match? Work to do. 1. Deuce Vaughn. While Deuce Vaughn has sneaked onto the roster in each of his first 2 seasons, he hasn't been able to find a role on the field that inspires any confidence going into 2025. After failing to crack the 2 deep as a running back, the Cowboys tried to find a role for him on special teams. Unfortunately, his size at 5'6", 176 pounds just doesn't give him a lot of value there either. For him to make the 53-man roster in 2025, Vaughn will need to have his biggest training camp and preseason yet. Cowboys Insider reveals emergency list of 4 free agent cornerbacks to sign at camp. The Dallas Cowboys believe they have, if only everybody were healthy, one of the best cornerback rooms in the NFL. Seriously. Think about it. The playmakers in Trayvon Diggs and Darren Bland. The first-round talent in Kaiir Elam. The rookie promise of Siobhan Revel. And more. Alas, Diggs is rehabbing and it might be until mid-season before he's right. Revel could be ready much sooner, but he's an unknown. Elam is until further notice a Buffalo Bills bust. So, as training camp in Oxnard approaches, the group is, as our Mike Fisher has termed it, bland and blander. Should Dallas make a call for veteran free agent help now? That's not the plan. Fish says they will do so only once they get to camp and come to the realization that what they have won't cut it. And Fish also offers up 4 names on the break glass in case of cornerback emergency list. To wit, Stephon Gilmore. He won the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2019, but that was a long time ago. What has Gilly done for them lately? He served as a Cowboys locker room leader 2 years ago and he's now free again. But he's also going to turn 35 years old in September. He's a comforting name, but that age is concerning. Asante Samuel Jr. The former Los Angeles Chargers corner is just 25 years old, but he is coming off shoulder and neck injuries that limited him to just 4 games played last year. He will be undergoing a medical recheck at the end of this month. And that's the reason he is choosing to wait. With second-round draft pedigree, Samuel probably still thinks he can get paid. If he's right, that lessens the chances at the star. Rasul Douglas. The Bills' axe plays a physical style at corner and he makes plays. He had 5 interceptions and a pick-6 touchdown in 2023. He will turn 30 next month. But even with that, we keep asking ourselves why the Bills aren't trying to bring him back. Mike Hilton. The veteran Hilton likes to tackle and can play in the slot and in his 8 seasons has been an all-over-the-field weapon with 13 interceptions, 11.5 sacks and 34 pass breakups. At 31, we wonder if Hilton is the guy in this group sitting in a power position, maybe wanting to wait for the right contending team at the right time for him. That doesn't make him a perfect match in Dallas, and maybe there is no such thing at all, with the Cowboys hoping they don't have to break the glass to win at cornerback.